Greetings in the name of the Lord. I'm Melissa Agustin of Putlod San Jose National High School. The topic for today is about type conversion functions. What will you do if you are filling out large amount of water in a container that is too small? I have three choices here. A. Dispose the water. B. Drink all the excess water. And letter C. Get much bigger container. It's up to you to determine which is the best answer from these three choices. Your answer must be based on this lesson. So you can answer that later. This is a glass of water. Can you identify the data type and variable from this image? I will give you 5 minutes to answer this question. Which is the variable and which is the data type? Okay, the variable is the glass of water, and the data type is the amount of water that a glass can hold. Data type conversion refers to the conversion of data from one data type to another data type. In computer science, type conversion or typecasting refers to changing an entity of one data type into another. Who can give an example of data? A data could be letters, numbers, symbols. The example of data could be a number, letters, or symbols, and that data can be placed or is stored inside in the USB flash drive. Changing ang entity, it is an individual unit to transform or to form an individual object or component of a larger or more complex whole. A USB flash drive can store files such as documents, pictures, and videos. But it depends on the storage allocation or the capacity of the USB flash drive to hold amount of or the file size of the data. There are two types of conversion. The implicit conversion or widening conversion is like the converting from lower to higher number. It's like in ascending order when it comes to storage allocation, from lower to higher. And the explicit conversion or narrowing conversion is like a descending order, from higher to lower. It means you are converting large amount of data into a small amount of data type. The term for implicit type conversion is coercion. It means force. In implicit conversion, the compiler will make conversion for us without asking. Example is that these are the different data types that you can use for converting from lower to higher value or range value of data type. So 1 byte is a byte is equals to 1 byte, and short is equal to 2 byte, an integer is 4 byte, and for the double is 8 byte. So from lower to higher, you are converting the amount or size of the document or the value of a certain number. So that is an implicit conversion from lower to higher. In explicit type conversion, in some specific way, is known as casting. It means throw. You will throw, it means that you can cast data from wider data to a narrower data type. There are two things that you will notice when you perform data conversion. Widening. In widening, it happens when you convert a small range of data type to larger range of data type. The lower value turns into higher value. This is an example of widening or implicit conversion. I open the Visual Basic 2010 Express and select New Project. I will select the Window Forms application and then click OK. I will not write any file name in the name box. We will use this for the example only. This is the interface of the Window Forms application, interface of Microsoft Visual Basic 2010, and this is the Window Forms application. And then click this form, double click the form. It will take you to the code view. Double click. The IDE will automatically place your cursor where you should type or enter the code. So, at the present cursor, I will type the dim. This is just a sample conversion. Dim for dimension as dim I. I will use I for the variable and integer data type, enter, and then dim again. Dim means dim is a keyword which is dimension, and dimension is used to declare a variable. And then I will use u for a u as a variable for the another integer, for the second integer, and then another dimension, the variable as double, And then I will initialize the variable I is equals to, let's say, number 1379, enter, and then for the U variable equals to 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, enter, and for the D is equals to I plus U. D is equals to I plus U, and the message box will display D. In here, it is stated here that I declare a variable I using integer data type, declaring variable U using integer data type, and for the double data type, I use D variable. And this is the number intended for that variable, and this equals to I plus U. And in the message box, it will display D, the result of D. So I will go to the debug tab and then select start debugging, or press F5 on your keyboard. The result must display the output. Yan. It says here that 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 1 2 3 4 5 8 1 6 8, and then click OK to close this. What we did is an example of a compiling and execution, and an example of widening from integer to double. And this form is an example that it means that you are in a runtime mode. So this is an example of widening. Widening is an example. Widening is converting a small range of data type to a larger range of data type. Narrowing, it is when you convert larger data type into small data type. The higher value turns into lower value. I open again the new project from here, file, and then select new project. And then it will open the form, the blank form. Another way to go to the code view is to click the View Code button in the Solution Explorer. So this is the Solution Explorer. You have to locate the View button, View Code button, and then click it, and then it will take you to this form. Again, this is an example of narrowing, converting larger data type into small data type. At the present cursor location, enter or type the dim as double, dim, declaring variable D as double, and then declaring again another variable. I choose I as a variable for the integer, and then initializing the variable d is equals to d. D is equals to, let's say for example, 135. And then I is equals to D. And then message box letter I. We are converting double to integer. And then after this, you have to save your work and then go to the debug tab, select start debugging. It's stated here, there were build errors. Would you like to continue and run the last successful build? I will select no. It means that there is an error in this task. So I will review this code. I have to type this code here, and then sender as system that object with space e, and then as system that event args, ARGS, ship close parenthesis, and then handles my base that load. Then I will save again my work. So I will go to the debug tab and then start debugging, and then this is the result. The output will be displayed in here. So it says here that I is equals to D, and I is an integer which is 100. Remember, double is a floating point number. It is a high precision. It is in decimal number. So in here, integer data type is a whole number. When you convert from double, which is decimal number, it will convert from integer. It will become 100. Double to integer. So that is how to convert double data type to integer data type. I will close this. This is just a simple code for the data conversion of explicit conversion. Another example is converting string data type to char data type. This is an example of a number data type, and the one that I will show you is an example of a text data type, string to char. I will edit this data as string, string, and this is the variable that I will declare here is letter A, and in here I will declare a char as a b, small b, and I will change this into char data type. And for the a variable, I will declare my name with double quotation, and for the variable b, I will declare D. What? A. I should say A. A and B. We use variable A and B. And then A is equals to Melissa and B is equals to A. And in the message box, it will display the char. So I will type letter B to become char, from string to char. String is a word, Melissa, in our example, and then char is a letter, single letter. I will go to the debug tab, select start debugging, and it displays the result here, M, converting the word Melissa to a single character. So that is how to convert character string data type to char data type from the word data to a single character data. I will change this using the C type. I will change this using the C type. C type, and then open parenthesis, and then I will type a variable for the string, and the char. We will type here char because we will convert this string to char. So a is a variable for the string, so I will write a here, variable a for the string to char, and the message box is also B. I will save this task again. This is an example of explicit or narrowing conversion using C-type conversion. C-type. I will debug this again. Select start debugging. So we get the same result. So that is how to use the C-type. I will click OK again to close the button, and close this runtime mode. So from this description or definition, narrowing or explicit conversion is It is when you convert larger data type into a small range of data type. And widening, and in widening, it happens when you convert a small range of data type to larger range of data type. From lower value turns into a higher value. So, that is how to use the tools Visual Basic 2010 using the widening and narrowing. So, how do you understand the narrowing and widening conversion, or the explicit or implicit conversion? You can answer that later. So again, the implicit type conversion is also known as coercion. It is an automatic type conversion by the compiler. It is automatically done by the Visual Basic and does not require any special syntax in the source code. Conversion from a short data type to an integer or a long data type is done implicitly. So, some languages allow or even require compilers to provide coercion. The explicit type conversion. Explicit conversion is achieved using conversion keyword. Conversion from long to short or an integer is done by explicit conversion. Each programming language has its own rules on how types can be converted. In general, both objects and fundamental data types can be converted. Explicit conversion can be achieved using C-type, like the one that I showed you during the demonstration on how to convert the explicit. And then C-type accepts two parameters. The first parameter contains the value to be converted, and the second parameter consists the destination data type to be converted. It's like the example. This is just an example. Is equals to C-type. This is how you enter the code. The one that I showed you, if you still remember, A is equals to char. So, that is how to use the C-type. Small letter. So, I hope that you understand the implicit and explicit conversion, or narrowing or widening conversion. See, type of conversion function. The Visual Basic provides keywords for specific data types. These keywords return values in specific data types, and the general syntax for this type conversion function is the keyword, the name, and the expression. So, here are some conversion keywords and their usage. So, this is just an example. The keywords, function, and description from symbol, expression, and then the usage, and then for short, value, short, and then I have here the one that I showed you, C-type expression, and then A is equals to C-type, C is equals to short, and then message box A. So that is type conversion. The conversion function. So this is a example of hands-on activity. You can perform or do this during the lab session, or during, if you were in the laboratory, or if you have laptop, you can do this at home. I provide more activities, so you can visit the Messenger or Google to view the sample activity for your hands-on. And this is also for your evaluation. And the one that I showed you before is for your application. So you have to do this. Very simple coding. Sample code for type conversion functions. This will be your assignment. So that is for now. Thank you for cooperation.